All right, more technical difficulties, but we are back. The final volume of the EDTA for the first titration for the hardness of water was 2.69 milliliters. So we're going to run it again. So I'm going to add the water starting at 0.01. Add at least 22. .01. So 23.00 mils have been added. All right. 0.2 grams ascorbic acid. One mil of pH 10 buffer. Small scoop of the indicator. Alright, and so we have our magenta red color. Alright, and so our initial of our EDTA is 0.04. 0.04 mils for the EDTA. Now it has changed to a blue color. And so our volume of EDTA is now at 2.86 mils. Alright, we'll then do this one more time. Filling up our tap water. We don't need to fill up our EDTA, there's plenty in there. Alright, so our initial tap water is 0.31. EDTA is 2.86. All right, add our tap water. And that is at 22.95. 22.95. All right. Yeah, 0.2 grams for the acid. 1 mil of pH 10 buffer. Indicators, small scoop of that. Stir it up. We have our magenta color, and we will titrate that until it turns blue. Alright, purple. Stop going to turn blue. Alright, and so we are at our endpoint. So we have our blue solution. Alright, and our volume now is 5.68. 5.68. Alright, so that is the 3 runs for the tap water. So now we're going to do our unknown. So we're going to need our EDTA. We are going to thrice rinse our burette here. So again, I took 5 mils of the unknown in the bottle there, and I pipetted it into the 250, filled it to the mark with deionized water to make sure it is homogeneous. I'm pouring it in a beaker. Alright. So now I'm ready to thrice rinse the burette. Burette is tap water wet. We are now going to make sure that it is, all the wetness is from the correct concentration from our unknown. So we rinse it once. Rinse it twice. Thrice. All right. Now we're ready to fill it up. Bubbles. All right. at the determination of the Mg+2 concentration in an unknown solution. So I pipetted 5 mils out of the bottle of the unknown, put it in the 250, and I filled it to the mark. And I'm not going to do pipette, I'm going to do burette. So I'm going to put an aliquot. If you see the term aliquot, that just means sample, a exact volume sample. All right, and so I'm going to do that through the burette instead of through a pipette. All right, I'm back for experiment 15. The unknown, number 2, had been contaminated. So that is not the unknown we're going to use anymore. We are now using unknown number 4. So I have a new unknown solution, and it is unknown number 4. All right, so I have made the unknown same way I did for number 2. I took 5 mils, I pipetted out 5 mils, put it into the 250 volumetric flask, and then I filled to the mark with deionized water, and then I poured that into the beaker here, and I thrice rinsed my burette and I filled it up. So we are ready to go. I actually already did one of the experiments, and so our initial magnesium for run 1 is 0.70 milliliters, and our initial EDTA volume was 1.55 milliliters. I then added the unknown until the volume read 23.00, and then I titrated with EDTA. It turned blue. I read the reading. The final volume was 19.70. So we are now on run number 2. And run number 2, the initial is 0.02. 0.02 mils. The initial for the EDTA is 0.00. All right, and so I'm going to add my unknown until we get down to 22, 23. All right, and so the final volume is 22.98. All right, then we will add our 0.2 grams of ascorbic acid. One mil of pH 10 buffer. And a scoop of our indicator. All right, and so we have our red solution. All right, and then we're going to add our EDTA until it turns blue. right, so we are purple. That last drop in there. And we now have our blue solution. All right, and so we have reached the end point of the titration, and our volume of the EDTA, final volume reading, is 18.63. All right, we will do our final titration. Fill up our burettes. All right, so the initial reading for the unknown is 0.09. And the initial reading for the EDTA is 0.18. All right, again, putting in the unknown until we hit the 23 or so mil mark. All right, final volume here is 23.59. Add 0.2 grams of the ascorbic acid. Add 1 ml of pH 10 buffer. Add a scoop of the EDTA indicator. So we have our red solution, and we are ready to titrate until it turns blue. Color is purple, and now it is blue. All right, and so there is our endpoint for our final titration, and the volume is 19.40. All right, and that is the end for experiment 15. You'll have to go back to the beginning and see all of the calculations that you will need to do for this report sheet.